Good morning. Welcome. It's the middle of the week. Whew, I'm Babz Rawls-Ivy. Welcome to LoveBabz, LoveTalk. It is Wednesday, June 5th. Tomorrow, Soul Stitch takes wings. I'm excited beyond measure. Soul Stitch. I'll tell you about Soul Stitch when I get back. Um, yeah. But it's going down tomorrow, and it ends on Sunday, and it's a dream come true. And yay. Yay, 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 yay. So, woo. How's everybody doing? I went to rehearsal last night for a slice. Brian Slatery has a review up or a piece up on the New Haven Independent site. So if you want to check it out, check it out. It's, a slice is a little bit of a New Haven pizza history play that is being done by a broken umbrella theater company. And they'll be my guest next week. I think Jess and Ruben, somebody will be my guest two times next week. One to talk about the play itself, and one to talk about the history of Italians and what they brought to New Haven when they arrived. So that should be good. I'm looking forward to it. And, I'm in the slice. I'm in a slice. So that's why I was at rehearsals last night. I am in a slice. I have a role and I speak. I don't know why they gave me a role. I said yes. Freaks me out. They're so talented to watch them work. Like I spend so much time watching them work that I forget when I'm supposed to show up in my lines because it's so mesmerizing. I know they're like, if this chick does not get on point, I'm like goofy. But I'm just like, as we're rehearsing, I'm watching them. I know I'm rehearsing too, but they're so damn good. I'm like, and the way that they feed off of each other and they percolate ideas, it's like in real time. It's just I just love it. And so I forget that I'm in it because I'm thinking I'm just like a little lowly spectator. And I have a role. So, if I miss my lines, they got to jump over me and go to the next thing. So I was like, oh, I can't be like that. I gotta be on point. I gotta do my lines. And I think they expect something from me to be like good in this. I don't know. God bless them if they think that. I'm gonna do my best. They let me add a little flavor to it, like they encourage it. I just don't want to embarrass them. Like I don't want to like mess up. I want to just, let them showcase their talent. But I love that they invited me into the space. I auditioned for the improv. I've yet to do the improv. I just like being around them. At some point I have to do more, but I just like being around them. They're very cool people, smart, talented people, and I just enjoy it. I really enjoy it, you know. And once I get a little bit more comfortable, I think I'll be fine, you know. Once I get a little, get a little more silly and get a little more used to it, and you know, I'll be fine. That's the hope. That is my hope. So anyway, we're doing it for the International Festival of Arts Ideas, and we're doing it at Next Door Pizza, which is, right there on Humphrey. It's a great space, and it's this thing of you could do theater anywhere, and a Broken Umbrella Theater Company, they're the best to do it like this. Like they have been doing theater in oddball places and unconventional places since its inception. So it's really so they're accustomed to making it do what it do, baby. Making it do what it do. But their creative process It's just fascinating to watch. And they've been a team for so long, so they know each other. The choreography between them as friends, as artists, as collaborators, it is really something to see. It is really beautiful to see. Really beautiful to see. So I am uh I am enjoying them very much. Uh and the way that they build community in spaces. They come together and do just cool stuff. So I can't sing their praises enough. I'm telling you, I cannot sing their praises enough. I cannot. So uh that's where we are. So anyway, that's my that was my Tuesday night uh vibe. I'm still sick. Still. It's getting better day by day, I would imagine. That's what I keep telling myself. Like, yeah, you'll be better. But I was starting to feel a little worn thin last night. I could feel it. I was like, oh, I was like, oh my God. But I'm up. I got Maurice Harris is coming on from the Schwartzman Center. The good Dr. Maurice Harris, musician, marketing director over at the Schwartzman Center. He is he is coming on. Uh, he is coming on to talk about the well. The well is like their speakeasy. It's like a tricked out speakeasy. Uh, um, in the Schwartzman Center, or and it's going to be open this summer. So he's coming on to talk about what they're up to, which is kind of nice. It's a cool place to just go hang out, have some cocktail, have a drink, wine, beer, that kind of thing. And and then he's going to come on again in another week or so, talk about dance. Uh, Dance that's happening at at Yale at the Schwartzman Center. And they have a beautiful dance studio. I've been down there a couple of times. And when they tricked out the Woosley Hall and made it, nice, the Commons in Woosley Hall, they tricked it out to, it's a dining hall, state-of-the-art stuff. The dome is tricked out for performances. So people could really use that space. It's a performing space. And they've made some real impact into the community with all the stuff that they're offering. I'm impressed with them. You know, I just think they bring some interesting people to New Haven, and they're doing their best to invite community in. As much as Yale will allow. You know how Yale is. We in New Haven, but we not of New Haven. And we gonna only let so many of y'all up in our spaces. But that's all right. I mean, listen, that's been true when they were founded. It's true today. Listen, I don't got no beef with them right now. I mean, I got beef with them the way they was handling the Gaza, the kids protesting Gaza. But that seems to have calmed itself, I guess. I think. I don't know. Uh, So we'll see. But anyway, Maurice is coming on to talk about the well and what's happening at the well and what you could do at the well and what's going to be happening at the well. So, and if you've not been to the well, get your little asses to the well. It's a cool space. It's a cool space. Now, it ain't easy to get in there, but once you get in, you in. Once you win, you win. So check it out. It's another little cool space, for socializing. So, so yeah, that's the gist of the today, this morning. And then I've got gym time at 12. I swear to God, I want to cancel so bad. But since I won't be here on Friday, I'm gonna go because I gotta keep lifting weights. And the weight is coming off me, so I can't complain. I'm just like, I just want to be well. So my sister's coming into town either tonight or tomorrow morning. So we'll see how that goes. So I've got some cleaning to do, like real cleaning that I didn't get to do. I did a few things last night, not enough, but just enough to just like, okay, I gotta do this. So when I come back from the gym, when I come back from running all my errands, then I have to buckle down because I got a lot to do in a short period of time. So I'm on air tomorrow. I'm not on air on Friday because I will be at Soul Stitch 24. Soul Stitch 2024. I'll be at Soul Stitch 2024. I'm so excited. It freaks me out that this is getting pulled off. Freaks me out. Freaks me out. And I must say, Ann Powers is amazing. My sister Lo is amazing. Now that's my team, and they just created some stuff that's just gonna look fabulous, and it's gonna be a good time. And we were doing stuff for Soul Stitch yesterday, and we got a lot accomplished. So I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited. Uh, I'm excited about the 11 women that's showing up. I'm excited about the space we're going to be in. I'm excited about the activities we're going to do. And I didn't, listen, it's not going to be back-to-back like, listen, this is really about chill time. And, things to ponder and things to think about. That's what it's going to be. So, I guess there was another shooting in the Hill last night. I didn't hear anything about the shooting that went on here in on my street yesterday. And I kind of didn't talk about it that much, you know. So I'm interested in what is happening. Um, what is happening. So I don't see it talked about anywhere. So, you know. Uh excuse me. I've not been to Cafe 9 in a minute. So I gotta get over there. I miss it. Miss it. I miss it. I miss it. So I gotta check it out. Up on the New Haven Independent site, the CAO can live in Rocky Hill. Uh, thanks to the Alder's residency requirement exception. Regina Rush Kittle. I don't even know who she is. Anybody know who she is? Does she even come outside of City Hall? I don't even. Is she even in community? Did she come out? Who knows? She's a CAO. Am I wrong? I don't know. I've never heard of her. I think I talked about this when it first popped up that, she lives in Rocky Hill. She didn't want to move to New Haven. All right. I guess. I guess you can do whatever you want. I'm sure she's got some extenuating circumstances. But in the job title, right, in the description, don't it say you gotta live in New Haven? I guess you can do whatever you want. I guess when you're the powers that be, you can do whatever you want. Listen, I'm not mad about this. But this used to be one of the things. This used to be a bone of contention with people in New Haven that they felt like people who worked in New Haven should live in New Haven. I'm just reminding people that was a big deal, particularly when I was on the board of Aldermen like 1,000 years ago. But things have changed, so we got to change. I guess we got to go with the flow. You know what? I feel some kind of way about this only because in New York City, if you work in city government, you have to live in the city. I get it. So I feel that same way about New Haven, but if there's some extenuating circumstances that, requires something else, then okay. But I think, once you open the door, you open the door, and everybody's gonna, when they come here to work here or whatever, they're gonna make the case for why they can't, live in the city proper. You know. So I'm so sorry. So it just makes me beg the question. And I had this conversation with Paul on the porch the other night with Bourbon. what do we want for New Haven? What do we want? And I know people are having these conversations all over the place, right? I don't even know if they're not specifically having the question, answering the question or thinking about the question, what do we want for New Haven? What they're having the question about is whatever is unique to their situation of wherever they are. So if they're in a particular community and whatever the community is wrestling with, that's what's on their plate. There's nobody linking all the issues in one place to sort of say, here's a spreadsheet of all that's happening. And I know the people at City Hall are listening, so I'm giving you some help here, you know, and run with it and do with it as you will, but you won't because petty. Um, but if we had some leadership, right, other than Adrian Jefferson, who I think really is the mayor, and I don't mean that unkind to her. I think she's probably the brightest bulb we've seen in some time in that administration. She is just amazing. So, I would like to just have a sense, and not the state of the city foolishness that goes on during budget times, and 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 the foolishness of the state of the Black community. Not that foolishness. Like some real conversation about here's what's happening in this city. Where do we want to be in 5 years? What do we want New Haven to be next year? What do we want New Haven to be in 10 years? What are we thinking about in 20 years? And it can't just be the developers, running point on what New Haven should look like. It can't be just developers. We gotta have some real leadership. God almighty. It can't just be the developers talking about, oh, there's some land over there. We should build some apartments. Oh, we should make a 10th square. Oh, we're not displacing people. We're just taking apartments. I mean, we're just taking, you know, land that's not doing anything. And we're just gonna 50 stories up and put some apartments, luxury apartments. Because God forbid if we house, people of less means. We're not doing that. We're not a city for that, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. Ooh, nice. Thanks, Harry. So I just feel like these are the kinds of conversations I want to see happening in the city. And not just me on the radio talking about it or trying to, you know, whoever's listening to me run across the hall to the mayor's office like, oh yeah, Babs is talking about what you should do. So that he could be mean mugging me when he sees me next, you know. Or he'd be like, oh, I'm really not going to appoint her to the library board now. Listen, bruh. You are really doing me a favor by not appointing me to the library board. Seriously, don't lose any sleep over that. Don't be like, oh, I'm gonna get her back. I'm gonna get her. I'm not gonna let her on. She's not going on that. Okay, Harry. So, I'm just gonna leave it alone. So. But there needs to be a bigger conversation about what does New Haven need moving forward? You know, what do we need? What do we want oh, these people, uh, wear me out. So anyway, that's the, that's the call. That's the conversation. That's the call to thinking about what this city needs. Ugh. Anyway, and what else is going on in the city? What else? Getting ready for Arts and Ideas. I think they're like 9 days out, 8, 9 days out from launch. I'm looking forward to it. I tell you the things that I look most forward to. Of course, Samara Joy, hands down. I look forward to Perry So coming on making his debut. And I love when the symphony is on the green because it's such a big, expansive sound, and that they just being on the green is such a big deal. So, and every year, they do some fantastic thing on the ground, on the green, part of Arts and Ideas, and they do some collaborative uh uh uh, uh thing with an artist. So I don't know what it is today. I was trying to shake it out of Elaine Carroll, but she wouldn't budge. So Elaine is like the Iron Maiden. She's not gonna divulge no NHSO secrets. I was doing my best with every ounce of charm I had. So, what's the collaboration this year for the Symphony in the Green? Silence. Smile. Can I get you another cocktail? So I'll be on the green waiting for that, watching for that, because it's such a cool thing. It's such a cool thing. So, so I'm here for it. I'm so here for it. So here for it. I'm so here for it. Thanks, Harry. Harry be working, working, working night and day. Okay, so this is the latest one. Which one am I posting? They look the same. Oh, I see. I see. I see. I see. I see. It's like playing those games. Remember you used to get the highlights magazine when you go to the dentist or the doctor's office? And and the little game there you have to like see all the things that are out of place, find all the things that are, don't belong, right? So that's what Harry did to me this morning with this. It's all right. I appreciate you, Harry. It looks really good. Harry be just he got skills. He's got some real, real skills. So that's where we are. Whew, what a day. I'm still congested. It's gonna take a minute. I mean, I know. It's just that I hate it, and I want it to be over faster. But that's just what it is. And I have to just resign myself to realize I just have to slide into this. I whine. I'm whining. Whining. Uh, you know, so I'm just whining. So we're welcoming Maurice at 10:15. So he'll come on. We chop it up a little bit, you know, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'm excited to watch uh I'm excited to watch the Acolytes, the Star Wars series that's coming on. I was watching Amanla on Good Morning America this morning, and then I watched it yesterday. It was Jodie Taylor, that tall, beautiful, dark-skinned woman. Uh, and she's another one, beauty. Oh, so beautiful. And talk about this. So I'm excited for it. I tell you, the Star Wars franchise just keeps moving and moving and moving and moving. I mean, there's so many stories that come out of that, so many projects. They just like, we're gonna ride this Star Wars into every galaxy we could get into. Every galaxy. Every galaxy. So yeah. If I was on vacation, I'd have a glass of wine this morning. But I'm not on vacation, so I can't do indulge. Plus I gotta go to the gym. You cannot go to the gym with wine in your system. You cannot. You'll die. So just saying. And by vacation, I mean I just want to walk out to the beach. That's really what I'm saying. Like I want to walk out on the beach with my books, my journals, and sit there after I've had a good breakfast, mind you, and then sit there for a few hours, step my feet in the water for a little bit, and and then go sit back down and read some more, write some more, drink a little bit more, eat a little bit more. That's the ease of what I want. That's a life of ease for me, you know. And if that was my life, I'd walk to the farmer's market and, pick groceries for the day or for 2 days. That's the kind of life I want. A life of ease. I drove through West Haven yesterday or Monday. I'm gonna drive back through today by the water. And they got some new apartments over there with, the glass balconies and and they raised the road, which is freaky. The stuff that they could do, the stuff that can be done, uh, uh, the stuff that can be done. So they raised the road. So when you get to the parking lot, you have to go down, and then they put steps from the parking lot. So I was like, I won't have time to stop at the water today, and I didn't do it Monday because I just didn't feel good, and I still don't feel optimum. So, but maybe I might try it. I've got a lot to do. I have a lot to do, so I might not get to it. I'll try to get to some of it. We'll see. We'll see what I could do. We'll see what we could do, baby. So, yeah, you know. Uh, But somebody told me. Oh, I know, it was Ruby Melton told me. I said this the other day. I said this yesterday. She told me the road was open. So it'd be nice if I could get out and just walk that whole drag, right? That strip. That would be nice. That would be really, really nice. I would do that. I don't know. I don't know if I could do it today. I might have to put that on the schedule for next week. Like just start Monday. You know, we'll see. We'll see. Uh, we'll see. And what is this? WNHH. Okay. I couldn't figure out what is happening, you know. And I'm working on a project, because when you hang around brilliant women who just do stuff, you just want to be one of them. So you just want to be one of them and you want to keep pace. So I hang out with brilliant women, right? All my besties are brilliant women. And so when they do stuff, I just want to do stuff. Right? Like that's just what it is. When they do stuff, I want to do stuff. So, Ife got this whole culturally lit universe. So, she and I and Roxana Carson was sitting on the porch when Roxana was here. And don't you know, we done created a project. Crazy. And it just crazy and so exciting. So, we're gonna come back to it. We're gonna drop a message in like let's think about this, let's think about this, let's think about this, because I want to do it. I can't tell you what the project is, or maybe I can't, or maybe I already talked about it. Well, I'll come back and talk about it some more. Just know Ife and Roxana and I are about to take over the world. That's good enough. That's good enough to know right there. I think that's good enough to know. And so, yeah, because none of us just don't do enough. We're such women of leisure. We have nothing else to do. Are you kidding me? And I'm gonna start a Saturday morning read out for little kids in the neighborhood. You know, a little Saturday morning, like 10 o'clock. Put some snacks on the porch, some books, and invite kids to come and read some stories with me, and then they take these little books home. I'm getting a little library for the porch. So I'm excited. It's not going to be on the porch, but it's going to be in front of the porch or something. We'll figure out where it's going to be. Um, so I'm excited by that. You know, I'm really excited by that. So I just have to catch up with Lauren. It's just been a little hectic, because it's the beginning of summer is about to come, graduations, all the things that kick off this time of year. So everybody's time is at a premium. But I'm excited. So yeah, so I don't know if I'll do it every Saturday. It might be like the first and third Saturday of the month. And then people can volunteer and come, and do it. And I'll make sure I keep like little kid snacks, you know. And my kids were just laughing the other day about little kid snacks. They went to school with all the organic, all the cool, all the foods that their classmates didn't have, and they sitting there with, stuff that just what their other friends wasn't having, you know. I was just trying to make sure y'all had good food. Do you understand what good food is? Not processed, not Lunchables, not all that crap, but that's what they wanted. I was like, no, you're not having that. You're gonna have apples and carrots and unsweetened applesauce. And oh my God. I think my kids were like, we hate our mother. You know, I was so happy to pack their little lunches. Come to find out sometimes I wouldn't even eat it. And we do like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Like I'd get good peanut butter and good jelly, none of that high fructose corn syrup, like really good stuff. Not white bread. They'd get artisanal bread. They just, I think the only, or sometimes I'd buy they'd get the lunch meat so they could have ham or turkey. Well, not ham, but smoked turkey or uh honey turkey sandwiches. They just didn't know how good they had it. And we used to get them juice boxes until our pediatrician, Dr. Jackson, said, no more juice boxes, bad for the teeth. And when they all went to the dentist was like, this is bad for their teeth. So they got switched out, you know. So they just laugh and laugh and laugh. Oh, my mother made us, so I'd buy Cheerios, and then I'd buy whatever the sweet cereal was. Sometimes it'd be Honey Nut Cheerios and plain Cheerios, or plain Cheerios and the sweet cereal, and I would mix them so there wouldn't be so much sweetness, to cut down on the sugar. So, they laughed about that too. Oh, mix the cereals. We could never just have, you know, because I cared about their health. One day they're going to be parents and they're going to do exactly what I did. Because they're going to think, I don't want to give my kids this bad stuff. I want to give them good stuff. I grew up eating good stuff. I swear to God, it's going to come back because that's how I did it. I learned from my mother. My mother did not feed us crap. The only crappy stuff we ever got was Pop-Tarts, right? My mother would get Pop-Tarts, and that would be a snack. It wouldn't be, it would be a treat. So I had Pop-Tarts. Every now and again, she would get cookies. We'd have cookies sometimes. But I grew up eating just fruit in my house. We never had soda. If you had soda, it was a holiday. Swear to God, it was an absolute holiday. Soda, I didn't grow up drinking juice, you know. We did have Kool-Aid. My mother would make Kool-Aid, but she would make the Kool-Aid. And then once we got a little older, we could make the Kool-Aid, you know. We'd make the Kool-Aid. So I'm just saying. uh, oh, this cough is terrible. So, so yeah, that's uh, that's the thing. That was the thing. So yeah. So when they talk about it now, they make fun and ooh, we the only kids that had. I was like, you wait. I in my mind, I'm like, when your kids come, guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna do exactly what I did. You're gonna make sure, uh, you're gonna make sure that they get the very best that you can afford because you're gonna realize the importance of that. I hope I live long enough to see them married with children. But, the way these kids go, I doubt it. I feel like Queen Charlotte. I'm not rushing them. God knows. Because when they're ready to have kids, I want them to be really ready to have kids. I don't want to have to be raising my grandchildren. None of that. I want them to bring the grandchildren by and I kiss them up and cook for them and give them treats and then send their little asses home with their parents. That's the life. That's the kind of grandmama I want to be. And then maybe I take them somewhere for our vacations or whatever. But honestly, I don't want to raise them. So, so my kids are not, none of them are in a position to have children. None of them. So, and they're young. They're only in their 20s. So, they'll come around. Somebody will fall in love and want to get married. Somebody will come in me and their father's face with, "Oh, I love somebody. I want to make this person my spouse." Okay. It's gonna come. It always comes. You know, it's gonna happen. I just want it to happen later rather than sooner. Like I want them to be fully in their lives doing what they want to be doing. But when you fall in love with people, you never know. You never know. You never know. But yeah, eventually they're all gonna fall in love with somebody and they're gonna be in my face and their father's face talking about, "Oh, I love this person and we're getting married." And we're like, okay. And my eyes will roll in the back of my head. But I'll be excited because, that's just what life is. They grow into, so I'm looking forward to that phase of their lives. Right now they're in the stupid phase where stupid decisions, stupid friends, all the stupid stuff. And then they'll snap out of it. And they'll be like, "Oh, let me get into my life. Let me live how I want to live." My son Khalil texted me the other day for money, talking about he calls me. I don't respond to his text because I don't want the story. But he sends me a cash app with the message of I'm $75. I have to pay my part of the UI bill and I'm short $75. And then he goes, how do you do this? So I sat on it for a day. I was like, oh no, I'm gonna sit on this for a day. And then at some point I'm gonna tell him, boy, I am not your cash machine. I'm not your ATM. I'm not your backup. But I've been sending him money all along, right? Whatever he asked for, I send him it. If it's $20, $30, $50, $75 is the most he's ever asked for. And I just sent him $75 last week for work clothes. That's all right. If he's trying to do good, I'm gonna try to help him do good. If he's trying to build a life, I'm gonna help him build a life. He just can't come live in my house because he's just I don't got the energy for him. He's gonna stay with me twice. I can't have him staying here, you know. So he's figuring it out. So figure it out. I'm never too far away. Your father's never too far away. And my ex-husband is tough. He's like, oh, you could get another job. You young. You should be working two jobs. And sometimes he surprises them and he shows up with, gives them money or whatever. He shows up for them. He surprises them. But they have to understand he grew up hard too. He grew up without any help. He grew up without any support. There was nobody you could call for money. There was nobody. Nobody. And so he does not have sympathy for uh he thinks I coddle them too much. He's like, you coddle them too much. I probably do on a lot of levels, I probably do. But what are you gonna do? You can't I'm tough with them. Don't get me wrong. They will tell you I'm tough, but I also have a soft spot for them because sometimes I can see what they're trying to do. Even in the midst of their stupid decisions, I see what they're trying to do, so we'll see. The 20s is that I remember being in my 20s. I tell you, my brother Mike paid my rent more times than I could tell you. Uh, my mother paid my bills for me. My Aunt Betty, my Aunt Cat, my Aunt Jen, my Uncle Lonnie, my Aunt Nancy. I mean, people have held me down in my life. Bought me groceries when I was struggling. There's all kinds of things. You know, so so it's my turn, I guess, to pay it forward. So that's what I'm trying to do. You know, even in the midst of some of my struggles. But I mean, I'm in the best place I've been in a very long time, and it's nice. I think my only consternation, is that a word? Consternation. My only trip right now is that my space that I live in does not reflect how I am, but it does reflect how I am. Do you know what I mean? Like it reflects the busyness and the chaos of what is happening right now. And I needed to reflect a different thing, a different vibe. So we'll make it do what it do, baby. We'll make it do what it do. So, so yeah, I like them are rebuilding, they're building a life. I'm rebuilding a life. And uh that's really all I could, that's really the prayer to continue to have the ability to rebuild the life that I want. And right now I'm living the life that I want. I just need to have my living space reflect that. Ugh. But it will. Like, and like I said yesterday, I have to remind myself, I moved in this apartment. I could barely walk. I could barely walk. Barely. Like I could barely, barely, barely walk. It was, I think about the kind of pain that I was in when I first moved in. And then 2 surgeries back to back. That's 3 years right there. I've only been here 4 years. So that's 3 surgeries. I mean, 2 surgeries in 3 years. Within 3 years, a surgery, surgery, recovery, recovery. So now I'm recovered. So now I could really like make some moves. And I am. So I just needed to not be so hard on myself, you know, because I want, you know, and I go into other people's spaces. Like I go into Ife's space and she's already tricked it out and organized. And I have not been able to do that. But then, there's no comparison. Like I'm not comparing. Maybe I am, I think the comparison is I like the luxury to be able to do that. But now I have it. So there you go. And thank God I have a porch where I could like live. The porch is like the outside living room, you know, until I can make all the spaces in the house look like I want it to look. And they will. They will in a minute. In a minute. So I think this is the summer that it's all gonna come together. So I go into the fall with more organization and a better sense of things. We'll see what happens. We shall see what happens, you know. But in the meantime, in between time, I've got a couple of I'm in a slice. I think I'm going to be doing the read for Blues for Mr. Charlie. Ife Culturally Lit is doing, they've been doing a year of Baldwin they're doing a Blues for Mr. Charlie's at the Beinecke, a reading, not the whole play, just parts of it. And I think I'm going to be in it, which I would love to be in it. And uh, and that'd be so cool. It'd be so cool. And to just celebrate, I love the way that she has taken on this year of Baldwin. And it's got everybody really living into, Baldwin and his words. I've yet to meet anybody who has not embraced this year of Baldwin. Now, there's always going to be people who's like, oh, I didn't know about it. You know, the people who say they don't know about stuff are the people who don't go out and do nothing. I'm just going to call it what it is. People who sort of say, oh, I didn't hear about that, I know about it, is because you're not connected to anything. You're just not connected. You know, I don't know why people think stuff like when stuff happens that it's just going to show up at their door with a plate, with a platter saying you're invited. You have to be in community. I'm gonna put the responsibility of people finding out what is happening on people to find out what is happening. You have to be in the spaces. You have to connect. You have to come outside of, I tell anybody, if your only friends are your sorors or your frat, then you need to come up out of that bubble. Unless you got sorors and frat who are artistically connected and a part of what is happening in the ecosystem of this city. But a lot of y'all ain't, or a lot of y'all won't. So when the cool stuff comes up and passes you by, I didn't know about it. Really? How come you didn't know about it? Or when I talk to people about this restaurant or that restaurant, oh, I've never heard of that. What? And listen. I do not expect people to be a social ambassador in the way that I am. I choose this. I create for this. I love this. So that's a different kind of thing. I don't want to just run home and Netflix and chill. I Netflix and chill, don't get me wrong. But I don't want to do that every day. I want to be where live music is. I want to be in the museums. Speaking of museums, I could get my little ass over to the New Haven Museum before Mike Moran chops off my head for not seeing their exhibition. And if I run into Chaz and he asks me point blank if I've seen it, I don't want to have to tell that brother I ain't see it. I don't have to say that. So I'm gonna get my little ass over there and see it. And listen, when I get over there, I'm gonna take all the pictures, I'm gonna post them up. So Mike Moran could be like, oh yeah, Babz was in the space. I might even text him that I'm gonna go over there so that he can meet me over there. Be like, hey, what are you doing? Because Mike Moran will walk anywhere. What are you doing? You want to have lunch? You want to go do something? I'm gonna go over to blah blah blah. Do you want to meet me over there? And we can talk about this and take pictures and the whole thing. And plus, I want to see it. It looks so cool. So I think it runs. I just gotta go to the New Haven site and see how long it's gonna be there. Because if I miss it, I will never be able to live this down. I might have to leave New Haven. I might have to move to like Hampton or something. No shade to Hampton. I like Hampton. I'm just saying. So I'm gonna get over there. So all I'm saying is there's lots to do. There's so much to do. So much cool stuff. And yeah, you can get on a train and go to New York or Boston or DC. You could do all that stuff. That's the beauty of living in New Haven. You could do that and you could be in New Haven and it's a lot of New Haven has a lot of and you know, you could do a lot of things. So I'm just saying. So Paul, have you been up to I don't even know if Paul is listening. But I'm gonna text him. Have you been to Ion in Middletown? I think you have. That's such a cool place to eat. We need an Ion. We need a lobby for an Ion in New Haven, but it's got to be in a really good spot with parking. It can't be in a place that's going to be hard to get to. I tell you, this is why if I could be rich, if I had like resources to just make stuff happen, I would not just, yes, I would be self-serving. I would make things happen for my benefit, but the benefit would be for my benefit would be for the larger community. Like I would create an Ion in New Haven. And yes, it would benefit me, but so many people would love it. Just FYI. I'd build a community center in Newhallville. Like what does the community want? And then I would just, if I had the money, I would just like here's millions of dollars, run this for 10 years, run all the programs you want out of it. I got you. Don't fundraise. Don't ask nobody for a damn thing. Here's the money. And then I'd put an art gallery here. I put coffee. I would do all the stuff that would make this community elevate. I would just elevate it. I would just invest in New Hallville, and then I would do small things around, not small things, but I would do cool stuff in other parts. Anyway, I'm gonna take a break and go get some water, wet my throat a little bit. And I'll be back with Maurice Harris, who's going to talk about the well at the Schwartzman Center and how we all could go and hang out there this summer. I'll be right back.
Hi, this is Babz Rawls-Ivy from New Haven, Connecticut, and you're listening to WNHHLP 103.5 FM, streaming live at newhavenindependent.org.